And welcome to our Tuesday Stukeley Values Assembly. For each other we, every day we, to improve we, together we will. Every single Stukeley day we focus on. Our Stukeley motto is, our Stukeley curriculum is, and 4 words that make the magic happen. That's it, brilliant. Right, welcome to Assembly. I'm going to keep today's nice and short, because although yesterday it was brilliant to see you all throwing toilet rolls, the assembly was long. And I was late sending you out to play, and I always get in trouble when that happens. Don't I, Mrs. Page? Yeah, right. I've got a message for you all today. It's not just for children, it's for adults as well. It's for me, it's for teachers, it's for families. It could be for anyone who wants to listen. My message is about the lockdown that we're in. My message is about what I think are the 4 most important things that we could be doing to be positive in the lockdown, to put a smile on our faces in lockdown, and to try and make the most of a difficult time. Nobody's really happy with the situation at the moment. Some of you, I'm sure, are thinking, yes, no school, don't have to get up early every morning, don't have to put my uniform on. But if I'm absolutely honest, I think most children are missing seeing other children. I think most adults are missing seeing other adults. We're missing being able to go out of our homes when we like. We're missing the structure. We're missing the routine. And I want to give you a message today about the 4 things that I think can help. Starting off with care. Care is our most important Stukeley value. Care is the certificate that I love handing out the most in our sharing assemblies. While you're on lockdown, and when lockdown's over, please think about how you're talking to each other. Think about the tone of your voice. Think about the questions that you're asking. Think about the way that you're listening or not listening to other people. We're in a really difficult situation at the moment. No adult, I'm sure, is finding this easy, and children certainly aren't. So the way that you talk to each other, the smiles that you put on other people's faces, the way that you listen and the way that you ask questions and you care about other people is so important. Please think about that while we're away from school, especially for when we come back to school, because coming back is also going to be quite tricky because we're not used to it. First one, care. Think about how you are treating each other. I'm frustrated, just like the rest of you, but I have to think extra hard about making sure that I'm polite and I'm using my manners and I'm thinking about other people. Second thing, so number 1, think about how you're caring for other people this lockdown, in your house especially. Number 2, create. Yes, we're giving you lots of learning to do at home. That's our job, to keep the learning going. Yes, we're giving you English and maths and geography and history and all kinds of things. But is there something which you wouldn't normally do at school, maybe, that you could get better at while you're away from school? Is there a talent that you'd like to develop or a talent that you'd like to start? Is there a skill? Is there a pastime or something which you enjoy doing, a practical thing? A physical thing, a creative thing? Is there something that you could spend time getting better at while you've got this time away from school? That could be practicing your football skills. That's a bit of an obvious one. It could be practicing your art skills and your sketching and your painting. It could be practicing your cookery skills, your baking skills. I know lots of people are doing that more and more and more at home. It could be learning another language. It could be learning a musical instrument. It could be something to do with sculpture or being creative and not just painting and drawing. Number 2, after care, is create. Is there a talent or something which you'd normally not get the chance to develop or get better at that you could start doing while you're away from school? Wouldn't it be fantastic to come back to Stukeley in a few weeks and months' time and say, while I was away, yes, I did my reading, yes, I did my writing, yes, I did my maths, but I was also able to practice this. I would absolutely love to hear those stories. Number 1, think about how we care for each other. Number 2, think about developing something, pushing something creative. Number 3, compete. Just before you went off, just before schools closed and then we had our lockdown, we were talking about knowledge. We were talking about the brain and how our memories work. I kept banging on about how I think knowledge and knowing things is the most important thing in schools. Because if you've got knowledge about something, you can stick loads more onto that. And you can make yourself incredibly thoughtful and incredibly precise and clever about certain things that will then help you with other things. Is there something that you could learn more about? Is there something that you could research? Is there an area of learning that you want to know more about? It might be something you enjoy doing at home. It might be to do with films. It may be to do with sport. It may be to do with famous people. It may be to do with music. It may be to do with television. It may be to do with science, geography. It can be a curriculum subject. But is there an area where you can add more knowledge, where you can know more and gain more information? Number 3, where can you improve and where can you develop your knowledge about something? And the last one is collaborate. Working together. You've probably not woken up as early as you normally would when you're at school on lockdown. You've probably not might not have that morning routine when you're up, uniform on, then breakfast. Or you're up, teeth cleaned at the same time. You might have slipped out of that routine. I definitely have a little bit. Collaboration is about keeping the most important things in place so that when it's time to go back to our normal school routine, you are ready for it. If you slipped too far away from a routine, it becomes very, very difficult to get back into it. This collaboration, this routine, for me, is about the learning routines. Are you still reading a little bit every day? I think that is so important. A little bit of reading every day. Are you doing a bit of writing every day? Just a little bit, might only be one sentence. But are you keeping your hand going with a pencil or a pen to make sure that you're used to that rhythm of writing and you're used to being precise and being clear and being careful with your writing? Are you, especially for our older children, are you thinking about your appearance? Are you making sure that you're keeping yourself clean, that you're giving yourself a reason to get up and to get dressed in the morning? Are you making sure that you're keeping up that pride in yourself? Collaboration and routines and keeping to time and making sure that things are getting done and you're not putting things off and off and off and off, like I sometimes do, is so important. I'm going to finish there. It's been a bit longer than I wanted it to be. But that's what Mr. Singletary does. 4 things. In this lockdown, it might be days, it might be weeks, it might be months. I don't know. But what I do know is that these 4 things, I think, are the most important things to focus on. Think about how you're talking to and treating each other. Think about a talent or a skill that you can develop that you wouldn't get the chance to do if you were at school. Think about some knowledge or something which you want to be more knowledgeable, cleverer with. Knowledge sticks to knowledge, so important. Last one, collaboration. Think about routines in your house. Think about making sure that you are keeping going, keeping to time, keeping an expectation up, being proud of yourself, and keeping the learning going. Right, we're now going to sing Bring Me Sunshine. I think the weather's probably about like that today. We haven't sung this for a while. Lots of you will know it. If you don't, families join in, help them out. Go. Beautiful singing. Some of you need to work on that one though for next time. Okay, remember today's values assembly was about 4 values related ideas that I think will be a positive way to keep you going through lockdown. That's what I think. If you've got some other ideas, send them in. I'd love to hear them. A couple of quick shout outs. First of all, well done to Zoe in Foundation Stage, who's reading stories for charity and to raise money. Thank you so much for doing that, Zoe. Information was on Twitter yesterday about how you can listen to that and help out with some fundraising. Also, happy birthday to Vinny in Year 3. Have a great day, Vinny. I'll see you all for tomorrow's reading assembly.